Brian here at the Edge Pro, and just want to look at using a rub block. So when we're using a rub block, what we're doing is we are simulating the seating process of when a comb and cutter come together on a clipper blade. And so whenever we're using a rub block, we've sharpened the blade previously, and so we just simply, we can clean off any grit or any dirt that's on the blade from the sharpening process. But we just take that blade, lay it on our rub block, we've cleaned that with alcohol, and then we'll just rub that. Now, if you like side-to-side strokes, that works great. If you like to go up and down, that works as well. You can do circles, you can do figure eights. It doesn't matter. The purpose is to rub and burnish the surface. Once we're done with that, we're going to pick the blade up. What we want to be careful of is we want to be careful that we're not touching the tips of the teeth. That's what we're looking at. And as we look at that, we've got some close-ups here of the tips and of this rub pattern. And so what we're looking for, it generally appears as some people will refer to as a darker, but it's a more burnished surface. And if you look at this blade, the tip of every single tooth on that front rail is darker, or it's burnished more than the rest of the blade from the scratch lines from the abrasive. And the length of that burnish area is very short in the center, and the length gets longer as you go towards the edges. And this forms what's called a crescent. And so this is the crescent, the hollow grind that we're looking for on a clipper blade. And this is exactly the same thing. Every clipper blade, we want to have this feature. So this is a cutter, just a standard detachable blade cutter. This is what the crescent looks like on that. We've got some other examples. Here we've got a wide cutter. You can see on the wide cutter, again, it's a little bit wider. The process is the same. And the end result of what we're looking for is the same. We're looking for that crescent shape. And sometimes you have to actually move it back and forth in the light. So you may find that you have to tip it back and forth in order to see that. And you may only be able to see one spot, tip it, see another spot, tip it, see another spot. Looking for any imperfections there. And again, looking for that crescent shape and looking for that to go all the way to the tips. And then we've got some examples on combs. So we've got just a standard comb here. I think this is number 40 comb, but we've got a crescent on there. The crescent on this one isn't as defined, maybe isn't as perfect, but the term crescent is a relative term. And so it is longer on the corners than it is at the center. And if we follow that around, it is a curve of some sort. And so that is our crescent. That's still acceptable. And then we've got another blade. This happens to be an adjustable, but it actually shows up pretty nicely. You can see a nice little crescent. Again, maybe not the most perfect. The crescent could come down a little bit further on the corners. But again, still a crescent there. We can see there is a curvature from both sides. That dark area, that burnished surface, all the way to the tips on every single tooth. And that's what we're looking for when we use a rub block, is to see this surface. This that we're seeing, this burnished area, the reason that we're seeing different shades, it's not all one surface, is because we're using a wheel that's tapered, because we're applying pressure. And so we're actually seeing depth that's inside that blade. And so that blade is not, it looks on the surface, it looks flat all the way across here, but it's actually deeper in the very center than it is all the way around the outside edge. And so that depth is very thin. It's only a few microns. Imagine taking a Sharpie marker and making a mark with some ink. That ink is very thin. The depth that we're looking at here is about half of that. So this is the reason that the rub block is the only way that we can see this depth. And this is the only way that we can diagnose a sharpening error with a clipper blade. So hope you found this helpful. We've got more content coming on using the rub blocks, understanding the rubs, and what to look for in that. So stay tuned, take a look at those videos. Make sure to follow us on social media. Like and subscribe to this video so that others can see that as well. And we'll look forward to seeing you on the next video.